Hello, welcome to Moist Nougat. I am the kid.
And I'm Marnie.
And Danilee is not here this
here.
week. Danilee got sick.
Yeah.
He woke up this morning and had caught my mom's cold. My mom got sick when she was down here, and she sounded
2
awful.
weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it, and woke up this morning and had it. So
Yeah.
definitely didn't want to bring it down and spread it around.
Yeah, I
So
don't want the yuckies.
Danilee is not here, and we took last week off because I just I just wanted a week where I didn't have to edit anything.
I don't blame you.
Just,
I mean, it was nice for me, too, because I was working all week.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You had taken the week off work to go
work. Yeah.
So, and noticed that I got rid of the lamp.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that damn wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It ruined it for you?
No, my mom got me that crow lamp, and
okay.
Is that not cool?
That is cool.
It's like it's holding the thing. And that other light was way too bright, though, behind you. It was like...
Yeah. What'd you do with it?
It's in the living room right now. I don't even know
okay.
if Kyle even knows it's in there.
Oh. Well, if you don't want it, I'll buy it.
It's pretty... I mean, it was just a cheap Walmart lamp.
Oh, okay.
It was like $8 or $10 or
Really?
something. Oh, yeah. It was super cheap.
I might go get me one. I need more light in my living room.
You can probably just have that one, honestly. Because I don't know what we're going to do with it. 1,864 islands in the Thousand Islands.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
And I had done this before.
Yeah.
But when we talked about the Thousand Islands again, and I knew that I was close. I said like 1,837 or something.
I thought you were
joking.
Close. Really?
No, 1,864 islands.
But are they livable?
Probably, like I said, some of them are like a stone sticking out.
Okay.
You know, I've never been there, so
yeah,
I'm not really sure. But I don't know what the requirements are for it to be actually considered an island.
Well, you should be able to walk around.
It's got to be more than a stone sticking out of the water.
Right.
But
I didn't think that would be counted as an island, but I guess.
No, well, like I said, I don't know. It might not be.
It's a lot.
It's just a boat wrecker. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But speaking of your week off to go work,
yeah,
that's the topic of the week is why humans have so much stuff.
Yeah.
And we're not going to actually answer that question because we're probably not going to know why, because everybody's got a different reason for it. But you spent the week helping your parents clean out their barn because they're getting ready to downsize and move into something smaller.
Right. Yep.
So you went and I know we texted a couple times and you're like, we're never going to get it done this week. This is never going to happen.
No, I mean, if you were to walk in there now, you wouldn't even think we put a dent in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Holy crap.
No
How
way.
big of a barn is it?
It's pretty big and it's got electricity. Like it could be a full apartment. It's got an upstairs and downstairs. It just needs like plumbing and insulation, but it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a great studio for you. But yeah, it's literally a collection of stuff for over 20 years or more.
Yeah, that's how long
and they just
been there?
moved it. No, they've only been in that house 7 years.
So they moved it from somewhere else.
Moved it everywhere they moved.
Yeah.
All the way from Maryland, Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina.
So a lot of that stuff they've been hanging on to for a long time.
It's really a lot of unnecessary stuff. I mean, literally, I think, and my dad even said this when he came up out there at one point. He was like, I think there should be like a box or two of every one of my jobs. Meaning he would just clean out his desk, put it in a box, and never look at it again, and just take it everywhere.
I've done that a few times too.
Well, we're throwing pins away. Thousands.
Believe me. I had one of these, it's like a tote, but it's got handles and you can put locks on it.
Yeah.
And the locks were on it and I had no idea where a key was for it.
Oh, no.
So as I was like, eventually I'm just going to have to like get bolt cutters or break the box and get into it.
Yeah.
But I was so thinking, because I used to have a Dremel tool.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I thought was in it.
Yeah.
And I found a box of keys.
Mm-hmm.
and one of those keys unlocked both those
Nice.
locks, believe it
I
or
bet
not.
that was like, yay.
And I was so excited, and I brought it over here, and I was out in the driveway. This was like last summer. And I'm like so excited to see what's in it.
Oh, what was in it?
Open the box, and there's like magazines and just junk, and the bottom was just full of change, like pennies and nickels and shit. But that probably won't be able to see it on the video, but that's a Frisbee
Okay.
that was in that box. It's a cow patty that I bought going through Colorado one time.
Okay.
When I was out on the road.
Well, that's fun to
We had
find.
stopped and I went in and it was like, $5 or whatever, and it looks like a cow patty.
Yeah.
And it's a Frisbee, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this.
Yeah,
And
that's
so I got
funny.
it, and that was I think that was the only thing I kept out of the whole damn box.
Yeah. It's crazy.
In the change.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, there was literally like junk mail that has never been opened. Like, are you going to read this? Like, why?
Right.
Like, I throw all junk mail away. Like, why are you saving this? But, I mean, I don't know. We did find some cool things. Like I said, we're not done. So I'm going back over there tomorrow, and I have Monday off, of course. So I'm going Monday. Thought my brother and his wife were going to come, but something happened, so they can't come. But I mean, it's been fun looking through and seeing like tons of pictures.
Right.
When my grandmother passed away in 2014, I'm pretty sure my mom and dad just packed up her apartment and put it in boxes, and then
it's all there.
it's all there. So she never threw away her gift cards. So there was boxes of gift cards from people, and I'm like, these are trash. I'm sorry. It's trash. We had
Are you sure?
Yes. We went through all of it just to make sure there were no pictures in there, and yeah, it's a lot of it is trash, but we are saving things. My dad, there's a stipulation. Can't get rid of books, can't get rid of any sports stuff. And then he also doesn't want us to get rid of electronic stuff or like movies and CDs.
Yeah.
So we are saving some things for him. So he knows we're not just being like, just trashing everything,
Right. Right.
But some of it, VHSs, CDs, the books, I mean, most of them are spiritual or Christian or whatever. He had a thing, he collected antique Bibles, so that we found a few of those. The coolest thing I think so far that we found is his mother, my grandmother's diary.
Yeah.
And that is a diary about the guy she was with before my grandfather.
Oh.
So he has that, which is kind of cool. He enjoyed sitting down reading that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat finding things like that.
Yeah, for sure. But, he would kill us if he found out how many pens we were throwing away. He wants to sit down and test them all. Like, no. I mean, there were some even like still in packages, like Sharpies and stuff.
Well,
And I was like, those are good Sharpies, but they've been in boxes for 10 years or more. We're not keeping them. It's all trash.
but it's not trash.
It is trash.
It's garage sale stuff.
No, we're not doing that. I have no.
Well,
Where
donate it.
Well, yeah, we are keeping things that are, but
Usable.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry. 12-year-old Sharpies in a box are probably not going to be usable.
I know. Caps are still on. You never know.
Not doing it. Not doing
See,
it.
now this is my problem.
Yeah, you could not come with this.
Well, no, I because believe me, I've gotten rid of a lot of crap.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just brought you some more.
We moved to Texas, and then we moved, back, and we had stuff in storage, and we lived in the apartment, and then we moved,
Yeah.
So I've been little by little trying to get like stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
Like I had totes just full of like cables.
Well, yeah, my dad wanted us to keep cables and stuff. And
But it's like you never know when you're going to need one of those cables.
If you haven't needed it by this long, you don't need it.
Well, that's not true.
That is true.
Because I've dug in, but I've downsized it because the cables that were in a big, like one of those totes
Yeah.
are now in one of those ammo boxes down there.
Okay. And you've used
So
them?
I've downsized. Well, yeah, because the way that my speakers and stuff hook up through my
that's
audio
you.
interface.
I think that's different. my dad doesn't do anything like that. Like,
Because it's like, I've got like all these RCA cables, and it's like,
yeah,
not like hundreds of them, but
save a couple
and
good
and I've
ones.
had a few go bad, and I've had to dig in there and get another one out and stuff. And it's like if I had
Okay.
to go to Radio Shack, if they even exist anymore,
I don't
then
know.
I got to pay $10 for
Yeah, a new cable.
a cable that I had 20 of.
Well, I just think your situation's different. I guess I don't. There's no use for.
But it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. It
But,
was.
but I even threw away like all my old cell phone because I found a bag that had like. Now I'm finding out that those are like hot things. It's like shit. I could have probably got money
Well,
out of that damn thing.
They also have those machines at some places where you can take your old cell phones and put them in the machine, and they'll give you money back if
Yeah.
they're worth anything.
These were like candy bar, like Nokia candy bar.
Oh yeah.
But now I saw like on TikTok or something where like people are like trying to get their hands on those.
Oh god.
I don't know why. They probably wouldn't even work at this point.
Yeah,
in
you'd have
time.
to get it repaired. It'd probably be expensive to do something.
But just
like
like
that.
old cell phone chargers for the car, and it's like I don't even, and you look at the end, and you're like,
Doesn't
I don't
fit
have
anything.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I will say this: we ended last week with probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 16 bags of trash, and we probably went through 30 or 40 boxes. And like I said, there's not even a dent.
Yeah.
We found some old Beanie Babies. That might be worth some money. We found a few Marvel cards and I asked my dad, I said, can I take those to Caleb? Because it was just like it was like one of those plastic sheets, but it only had 6 cards in it.
Right.
And he was like, sure. And so he was looking them up to see what they were worth. And one of them was like over $40.
Yeah.
But he was like, sure, give them to Caleb,
Right.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. More to come.
Yeah. Well, if he's keeping all those VHS tapes, if you find a VCR, he's going to want the VCR. So I guess I'm shit out of luck there.
That was another thing. My mom,
But I only need to borrow it. I only need to borrow it just so I can get my VHS tapes off the I can digitalize
save them somewhere. Yeah.
digitalize, whatever.
Put them in a file.
Well, I got a thing for Christmas a couple of years ago. Because I got some old band tapes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And I'd like to try if they. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the quality is going to be like. But this thing hooks up to the computer. But you got to have a VCR. And then you record it onto your computer, and it creates a digital file. And then you can trash the VHS tape.
Right.
That's why I said I only need the VCR just to go through these handful of tapes that I've got still. And then after that, it's like I don't need the VCR anymore, ever again, for the rest of my life.
We're looking for a VCR because there's a specific tape that is of my youngest brother that my mom knows is somewhere in there, and it's on a blank one. Of course, there's a ton of, blank ones. It's probably a bunch of shows recorded,
Yeah.
So they're going to want to go through this stuff too. And I'm like, when are y'all going to have time to do this?
Well, yeah.
My mom just, that Thursday was her last day at work. So she's retired now.
Okay.
So they'll have more time.
Congratulations.
Yeah. She was ready.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Some of my VHS tapes, like I recorded like the final episode of Cheers.
Yeah.
Because it was before you had DVRs and stuff. So, and it was like, I used to love that show.
Oh, yeah. That used to be me and my dad's show. We would watch that together all the time.
Cheers.
I did too.
But I also had like a friend of mine and I went to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And we went out there to see a Broncos game, an Avalanche game, and then go skiing.
Right.
And my cousin Rob recorded the game, the Broncos game that we were at.
Oh, cool.
And gave me the tape, and I have that tape, and it was just like it's kind of rather than like I could always find the footage of the game or whatever, but my cousin Rob, who's no longer with us, recorded that for me, and it'd be neat to have.
Did you watch it back?
Probably, yeah. At the time, I was looking for Joe and I to see if we like the can,
the little ants.
There we are.
Yeah, little ants in the stadium.
But I mean, that was years ago. You're going back to like that was like 97, 96 or 97. So
yeah, I mean, it is cool to watch things back. But It'll take some time.
Well, yeah, I like all these old, like I was talking about VHS tapes with band, when we were playing live shows and stuff. I also have all these recordings from when we used to record rehearsals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a little thing that I started going through some of my old cassette tapes. Most of them I had gotten rid of.
Did you ever have the tapes that had to go into like the master VHS tape?
Like the micro?
Yeah.
No, I never had one
Yeah,
of
we
those.
had one of those. So there's a lot of things recorded on smaller tapes, but you have to put it in the big one to watch it. Yeah, we had a lot of those too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know why they switched to the bigger ones.
I don't know. But it was like the camera would record. You'd put the little tape in there.
Right, so the camera could be smaller.
Yeah. And then you would put it in the big tape and watch it.
Yeah, no, most of these, because my cousin Tim recorded most of these band like live shows, and that was a video camera that took the actual VHS tape.
Oh, the big ones,
the full size one, yeah.
Huh?
Because when his firstborn was almost there, he was really wanting a video camera, so he could videotape his kid.
Huh? I have a cousin Tim. He's the firstborn on that side. Yeah. So yeah, humans have a lot of stuff.
We do, and then I try a little bit here and there to just I'm trying to get rid of that mentality like I got to hang on to it.
Yeah,
because I might need it, and it's like you said. Well, like some of this stuff's been in storage so long, it's like
you don't need it if you
I
haven't
don't
gone
need
to
it,
get
but
it.
There's things that I'm missing that. Like I can't just everything has to be gone through. Obviously.
Of course. No, that's what that's why it's going to take so long. You got to see if you really need it, if it's usable, but in your head if it's just going to take up space,
Right. Well, there's like my tombstone guns that I bought, my replica guns.
You don't want to get rid of those.
No, but I can't find them.
Oh, yeah. So you want to find
they've
those?
They've been gone since we moved to Texas.
Okay.
So I don't even know if I have them.
Because you could just put those up on the wall.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, no, stuff like that I get, definitely.
And they weren't cheap either.
Like clothing and, I don't know.
No, I went through boxes of like Broncos T-shirts and sweatshirts and, and I got rid of it.
Yeah.
All of it. I mean, I kept.
Right. If you haven't worn it in a year, like you've gone through at least all the seasons once, and if you haven't worn it, you don't need it. Now, women will hang on to things because we're like, oh, maybe I can wear this again if I lose some weight.
Right. Well, that was part of it. Some of it didn't fit anymore. And some of it was a little bit too busy. It's not something I'd wear now.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was going to be harder for my dad to get rid of stuff, but he did go through all his clothes and his ties, and he's the kind that wears crazy ties,
Yeah.
So he went through all that stuff, and I was proud of him, actually. It's like, good job, Dad.
Got rid of his ties.
And a bunch of jeans that just were, way too
Yeah,
big.
I don't have a problem getting rid of clothes. Like Broncos clothes or is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But if the jeans don't fit anymore, I'm getting rid of them.
Right.
I'm not going to say I might fit into them. Well, if I fit into them again, I'll go buy some smaller jeans.
I don't know.
Because as I've gotten older, it's like the jeans have gotten bigger.
And style changes too.
Well, I don't give a shit about that.
I know, but for women, it's different.
Well, for a lot of men, it is too. But I'm jeans and t-shirt or whatever.
I like to be comfy.
Like me wearing these joggers that I have.
Yeah.
That's me being a
little trendy.
up on fashion. My cheap joggers. I'm actually wearing them today because it was almost summer.
Yeah,
and
was
then
hot.
Today it's like it doesn't feel as cold as it said it was going to be, but it's like rainy and like
gloomy.
But it's only like in the 50s or whatever,
I know.
But it still doesn't feel cold to me.
I hate the weather here. I mean, it's not as bad as other places, but
this is it. This is it for
summer. You mean it's coming?
I don't think we're going to get any more cool weather.
I saw there's supposed to be a bunch of hurricanes coming or tropical storms.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be. But yeah, I think we're going to be in the 90s here pretty soon.
Then we're going to be miserable on that end.
Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I hate it.
I hate
I
that.
hate the fucking heat.
Why can't it just be in between all the time?
Well, 65 degrees is perfect
I'd
for
say
me.
70.
65, 70. If I'm out mowing the lawn, 65 is
65.
good.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
if I'm
I
just
get
sitting out chilling, 70's fine.
it. Yeah.
But it's like being on the planet of the sun when you sit out here because we get
beat
no
down,
shade
yeah.
all day. Like once it comes over like 10 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
comes above the trees and stuff, it's just beats until like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's just right there.
And that's why I
That's
put
how it
that
is.
thermometer out there. It hits 120,
Wow.
pegs it. It won't even get it. It's not. It's just because the sun's hitting the house
Yeah,
and it's all the
probably.
heat generate. Doesn't get 120, but
It's hot out on the side where we let the dogs out in my deck. It gets really, really hot. So
I just
that's
can't
fine.
stand the heat.
Yeah,
I can't stand the heat.
I don't like sweating.
I don't mind sweating when I'm like if I'm mowing the lawn or I'm working, I'm doing something where
Yeah.
I like, but like
Just
when I get out of the
standing
shower
there?
and I go out and I'm just outside and all of a sudden I'm just sweating, I'm like, oh, it just irritates me. It just irritates me.
Well, it was like that in Miami when I went, and it was February? I would take a
shower.
shower, step outside, sweating.
That's why I have no desire to live in like Florida.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
just-
different type of
It's
heat.
too, yeah. Well, it's humid.
Yeah.
So any other interesting finds in the barn?
I mean, there's so many things. I was gonna mention though, you said like donate things. There's like a little thrift shop around where they live, and you can donate to them. But the thrift shop actually donates to different programs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been able to like talk them into like, oh, we'll save this, but we're gonna go drop it off
Right.
at this place. There's just so much stuff. Just so many pictures.
It's overwhelming. It really
is.
is.
It's fun. It's overwhelming. But it's a lot of work. But it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you more when I find more.
Well, and I got you looking. I got some feelers out there too, but like I was half joking, but I'm like, if you find, like, I really want some matching chairs for the table, but
Well, we wouldn't have matching, but we do have one computer chair. But I don't know. I was like, I don't know if that would work there. I'll have to take a picture of it.
I'm gonna burn this motherfucker when I find different chairs. It's not uncomfortable,
No.
and I know Dana Lee likes it,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a pain in the ass.
It causes problems.
Well, even me.
Yeah. Moving around.
Like I was sitting there when I had my old setup. I almost tipped the whole damn because I stood up and the whole freaking. And I'm like
wow.
holding on to it, and my legs stuck under the chair.
Because
the
the arm
table.
was underneath the table.
Well, yeah, when I took my weight off it, and again,
Okay.
I didn't realize it, and it was just barely, just enough, and like almost tipped the whole table over.
Wow.
I'm like, it's like, so I want like chairs that don't go up and down.
Yeah.
I just want comfortable chairs that are like the chair you're
This.
sitting in.
Yeah.
It's a set height.
Yeah.
And-
And
but
it's got armrests.
It's still a comfortable chair.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law's got another one, but she won't let it go. And now the cat hangs out on it up there.
We need to look at some thrift stores.
Yeah. Well,
They'll be
I'm not spending any more money on, like, after buying that camera.
Yeah. That was a big purchase.
Lenses are the only thing. We'll be
Yeah,
sitting on.
I was wondering,
fucking
did you get
logs.
that lens you wanted yet?
No.
Okay.
It'll be a while before I get that. But I did want to say, like, I have so much Broncos stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And why I have so much Broncos stuff is because back in the day, before the internet and all that, when I lived on the East Coast,
Yeah, you say you can't
couldn't-
find it.
You couldn't
yeah.
get the stuff. And so when I was out on the road, we used to go to this place in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this mall, and there was a place called Glass Cage Sports.
Okay.
And I walked in there, and this is before the Cardinals were in Arizona.
Okay.
So there was a lot of, like, Broncos were the closest team. So I walked in there, I almost,
Like heaven.
I almost passed out. Yeah, because there was so much Broncos stuff.
Was it like did they have like cards and everything? Like it was an actual.
They had everything.
Yeah.
They had jerseys, they had hats, they had T-shirts, they had, rings and jewelry and
Wow.
necklaces and helmets and
Huh.
anything that, I would see people have cool stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how to get it because I live too far away.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so I would go in there and drop some coin.
I'm sure.
And then because we found that store, so that was like a destination every time I went to Phoenix. I'd go back, and like they knew me because they're like, here comes the fucking sucker. Guy dropped $1,200 here last year.
That was funny.
And
Well,
on stupid shit.
I know my dad will probably be looking for Broncos stuff now because when I told him that, he got so excited about that hat. And then I was confused about the whole thing. And my mom was even frustrated. She's just like, Ernie, that's not his team. But then he explained it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, maybe he would like that. I don't know. But then we found the other stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm taking this, Dad. He was like, okay.
Yeah, the Falcons beat Minnesota, which I was scared to death at Minnesota because Minnesota looked unbeatable that year.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, if we have to play Minnesota,
It's done.
I don't know. It's going to be a game, but I wasn't worried about Atlanta as much as I was Minnesota. And Atlanta upset Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to play Atlanta, and it wasn't.
Where was it, actually?
Where was
I think
that?
my dad told me. I forget.
The first one when they played the Packers was in San Diego. Second one, where the fuck was the second one? I haven't thought about it in so long. We've had so many shitty seasons that Super Bowl memories have faded. But yeah, and then my parents would go back to that same store because they knew,
And get you gifts.
and get me more stuff. And they talked to the guy,
What
like
was
they
he
knew
looking
us.
at? Yeah.
They knew us after a while. Like when you walk into a store like that and you go, the guy that was in here yesterday that spent like $1,000,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, the kid,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
We're buying him Christmas presents and stuff. We don't want to buy anything he's already bought, and so he like be a personal shopper. Going, he bought that. He bought that. He bought.
That's cool.
Come back tomorrow. I'm getting more stuff in. He's bought everything that we had in here, basically. But then it just snowballed when they, and then you could get the stuff on the internet.
Well, at least it's just Broncos stuff because, I mean, my dad's case, I mean, it's all sports.
Yeah, well,
and magazines and like.
I don't even want to get into my football and baseball cards because
there's so many that. Boxes not even
and
unopened,
and I can't
open.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I have no idea because talk about time consuming.
Are there any more like sports stores like that anymore where people, like you can go to a comic store and they've got all the collectibles? Are there places around here?
I think
that?
There's still places like that, but
that's where
the
we
whole
need to
collectible market got so flooded.
Yeah.
It won't because everything turned into collector fucking cereal boxes and
My dad's got some Wheaties
Burger
boxes.
King glasses and Snicker bar wrappers and like it just got stupid and it just flooded the market, and so like things that were actually collectibles like baseball cards, I think they took a dive at one point in time. No, not that they're not still worth money,
right?
But like I think I'm just gonna be. Well, I'm not getting. Well, we talked about it. We're just gonna all the shit that I can't sell that I think is gonna be worth a lot that nobody else.
You have somebody you want to give it to.
No, they're just gonna burn it with me when they when they incinerate my ass. They're gonna incinerate all that shit with me because you were like, no, they can't do that. And I'm like, well, they will.
I thought you had a family member that really liked the Broncos.
I do, but this isn't all Broncos cards. This is just like baseball cards and yeah, my Tim's son, he's a Broncos fan because Tim and I were both Broncos fans and stuff like that. But I'm not really in touch with him so much, and I'm not ready to just give stuff away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have stuff that I made.
Yeah.
Like, remember the gumball machines and stuff where you get like the little football helmets out and whatever?
Yeah, you told me about that.
I get like
made
stickers,
it a Broncos.
like make a little mug, or whatever. And like I made my own stuff because that was the only thing I could do, you know?
Right.
And I think because of that, it's made it really hard to get rid of the stuff. And some of
because it means something.
it's
to
all
you.
worth money. It's just not. I've looked up some of the pieces that I thought would be worth more,
Yeah.
and they're not because, like I said, the collectibles market. I mean, people can't afford that shit anymore.
Oh yeah. Now,
and
for sure.
and the people that want to buy that stuff, they're the ones that have the little stores or the online stores, and they want to buy something that's worth $500, but they only want to pay like $50 for it. And it's well, I'd rather give it to somebody than to sell it to you, because if you're not even going to give me like half of what it's worth, then I'm not selling it to you.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's the problem. Like, people think things are worth so much to them that it's hard to give them up. But like stores like that, that's the place that we need to take my dad's stuff so they can. He's not going to have time to appraise it himself,
right?
Right.
And
that's what he wants to do. But there's just so much stuff.
Well, and I'm trying to go through, like I have.
Do it now. Start now.
Oh, I have. I have.
Okay.
I got a whole shitload, but you wouldn't believe the stuff, and some of it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
And it's like I wish that I don't want to go on and on about Broncos collectibles and stuff, but I can't put it all out here. I don't know there's nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
Like when I lived years ago, I had all the shit. I mean, everywhere you went, like all my Broncos pictures and clocks, and it was all on the walls.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Everywhere you looked, there was Broncos stuff.
Yeah.
You went in the bathroom, I had the static clings on the mirror in the bathroom. Like it was like Broncos
everywhere.
And but you get older, and it's like I don't want my whole house to be Bronco stuff. I just want a room where I can have all my stuff out, which this would be a cool room if I had like shelves all, but being the brick, it's a pain in the ass
hard,
putting shelves into brick.
Yeah.
And this is a rental, and I don't want to have to repair all the pieces of brick that I break trying to put screws into it. And so, but
we have a lot of stuff.
We do have a lot of stuff. Too much fucking stuff.
Yep.
But I have been working on downsizing.
We all should.
It's like, it's hard to get rid of stuff. It really is.
It is. Well, and so when you came up with the topic, like immediately I just started thinking about us in the U.S., Americans, and why do we have so much shit?
Big houses.
We're so materialistic here, I feel like. I think there are other countries that are, but I think we're the worst. And it's like keeping up with the Joneses type thing, and have to have all the best stuff. And like, I can't afford all the best stuff, but I see other people or I watch on TV. It's like kind of gross.
Well, look at all the storage facilities.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a new one popping up every freaking day, and it's like I get it. When my wife and I lived in the apartment, we didn't have a garage or anything like that. So like our grill and my tools and yard tools and stuff, like there was no place to put it.
Right.
So we had a storage garage.
Mm-hmm.
We paid for it for way too long, and the price kept going up on it. And God, I wish I had some of that money back.
Right.
But, I get it. There's a need for some people, like if you're moving out of a house, but your new house, so you're and you need to put your shit somewhere for a couple of months.
But some people have them just for
all their shit.
They're never going to use it again, ever.
And it's.
I mean, that's why there was a whole show for people that buy those and go through them and then sell the shit.
Oh yeah, the ones that are like unclaimed,
Storage Wars or something like that. Yeah.
I never watched it, but
I watched it.
But yeah, the ones that like have been
like
but people stop paying for it.
Yeah,
like a year later, they're like, all right, we're just auctioning the
exactly. And then people find all kinds of great stuff and all kinds of crap as well.
You wonder what happened to the people that owned the stuff. They either got sick of paying for it, or they die, or what the hell
locked
happened.
up. Who knows?
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of them popping up everywhere. It's crazy. You wouldn't think there would be that much stuff that people. The sad thing is that if you're not going to keep it, what are you going to do with it?
Right.
That's just more trash that we've collected to like throw where on our land. It's kind of sucks,
Oh yeah.
but there's just not a lot of other places that I feel like need so much unnecessary things.
Well, like in Europe and stuff, they like their apartments are small and they don't have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you go to IKEA and you look at like they have like the little apartment set up, you know,
The
and
little
you're
rooms.
like, holy shit,
Yeah.
it's like a tiny house basically.
Yeah. It's like, that's so cute. I want everything.
But you know, I mean, I need a little more space than that,
Yeah.
but I want everything I own to be in one
Place.
building. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I still have a bunch of crap over in my in-laws' garage. Not some of it's stuff that I knew, like it was in the storage garage, and when we moved into this place, like I was like wanting to like separate it, and like I don't even want to take this back. Like,
Yeah.
like this just needs to go to like Goodwill or the dump.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you're relying on somebody else with a truck, and they don't want to make extra trips, and so all of it came here, and like now I got to move it again because it's stuff that I don't want.
Well, then go through it and get rid of it.
Well, so, no, I'm talking about like these. I have these like they were passed down from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They're like CD shelves.
Okay.
They're not. They're cool little shelves,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but they're for like movies or DVDs or CDs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I downsized. I got rid of my CD collection. I burned them all onto my computer, so I have MP3s of them all because I was tired of. I had like the reams of paper. I had like 3 or 4 boxes full of CDs,
Yeah.
and so I just burned. It took me forever to do it,
Yeah.
but like
That's
I
a smart
burned
thing to do,
everything. So then I knew that like I had all the music. I just had digital copies of it now, and I got rid of the CDs. But like I know that there's like a toaster oven over there that I've had for years, and just things.
I mean, that would be something that you could like donate,
right.
And know that somebody else probably could use it.
But the thing that sucks about donating is like you got to find the right place to donate, because like the Goodwill store is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Because they're not like, you donate the shit and then they sell it.
Yeah.
And generally the people that are in there buying it, you watch them walk out to their car and they get in a Cadillac or, a $40,000 pickup truck.
They're probably not the best place to donate things, but they also offer a lot of jobs to people that normally can't get jobs, like felons. They hire felons.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing. I don't know, how they do that and why the money or whatever we're donating goes towards that, but I've heard some good things about it. But there are like little small places you can donate. There's also like a place like furniture and stuff like that, beds for kids, and they'll actually come pick it up. They refurbish it and like give it to families that need full houses filled with furniture, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah.
Charity isn't always charity, though. That's
No, you're right.
the scary part of it.
Yeah.
Is because I
Well, usually people are at Goodwill. They're dropping off their shit, and then they're going inside to see what else they can buy.
not me. I drop the shit off and I leave. I haven't dropped anything off of Goodwill in a while, but it's also easy. It's like, where else am I going to get? Like, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
And I can just drive through here and they come out and they just take it.
Mm-hmm.
Want a receipt? Nope, fuck it.
Yeah.
There's nothing worth that much that I need a receipt for. I'm not donating a boat or anything here.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of people do it for taxes, but I mean, nobody really makes enough money to itemize anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, and they've changed all the tax laws
exactly.
anyway, so like,
so why even enter it?
But yeah, just so much stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be a minimalist.
No.
Because I can't live that thin.
Right.
I don't want like a fork, a knife, and a spoon, one for each of us.
Yeah.
You know, what if you have company?
Exactly.
But the thought of like
Having less stuff is kind of nice.
other than barring like your furniture and stuff like that, but you know, they're like, oh, you got to move, and basically like a couple backpacks and 2 boxes, and you're like to feel that light
Yeah.
would be kind of cool,
Yeah, but you also need things that you need.
Yeah,
I will say this, like the whole downsizing thing for my parents, it's definitely going to be hard, but they also know I have a basement. So I think that's also an option for them for things that they want to hang on to or possibly sell later. Like I've got extra space. If they decide to go the camper way, they're going to have to get rid of a lot of stuff. But I also have space, but I'm not going to let it sit there for years. Like that's just not happening.
right.
That was supposed to be Caleb's space from the beginning, and it didn't end up that way because now I got all Cameron's stuff down there. So I don't know. We really, I mean, just people in general. I feel like find somebody that needs the stuff you don't need. A
Yeah.
personal like an actual person instead of a big company or something.
Right.
Like say, hey, I've got an old couch, I've got an old chair, I've got a whole bunch of clothes. Does anybody need them?
Well, and people do that on Nextdoor.
Of
There's a bunch of
course,
free
yeah.
stuff on there.
And Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but like, yeah, go through your shit and get rid of it, whatever it takes.
But then there's the people that are trying to sell the the dining set for $1,200, and it's like, fuck you.
If I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I'm buying new.
Exactly.
Sorry.
And I get it. Furniture's expensive, but
It is. Well, I had a huge cabinet that I kept all my Disney stuff in, and I didn't buy it, but it was worth over $3,000. So I put it up for like 200, and finally I just sold it for $70. I was done with it. I don't want it anymore. Like, just take it away.
yeah.
So, that lady got me for sure, but
Yeah. Well,
it's
my
not under my carport anymore.
my sister and brother-in-law, they bought all their furniture and stuff for the cabin, like on eBay or like Nextdoor and all that, and they got some really good deals on stuff.
Yeah. I love a good thrift shop. Like I got some cute chairs for my living room at a thrift shop and recovered them with material, like the seat part, to match my decor, and probably paid $25 for the chairs. So extra seating.
There you go. There you go. I just have card chairs.
Yeah.
Need a seat?
There
you go. I just folded it out for you.
Well, I know your parents are trying to downsize as well, but they already don't have a lot of room. So, do they have a storage unit?
When they thought they were selling the camper, they got one, and they like moved a bunch of shit into it, and then they decided to keep the camper. So I said, well, then hurry up and put the shit back in the camper and don't pay for the storage unit, So they did get it out and
moved it back in.
Yeah, when they decided to keep the camper, but they thought they were gonna sell the camper, so they were putting the stuff that they definitely wanted to keep in the storage thing. And
I don't know what I'm picturing. What is their camper like? What size is it? Like,
it's roughly the same size as their camper over
okay,
there. Roughly,
okay,
it might be a little bit bigger.
okay.
It's not a fifth wheel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what any of that means.
Well, the fifth wheel is like it's got the nose that's up off the ground.
Okay.
And that's where it gets
truck
pulled. Theirs is actually like a normal, like a trailer.
Gotcha. We did do that the first day though. With my parents, we went and looked. Me and my mom went and looked at some campers in Rock Hill, and there's some nice ones.
Oh yeah,
very nice. But there's also some that
they're not cheap either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like there was one that would have been perfect for them, And yeah, it was like 109,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we can't do that because I don't know what's going to happen. Like when they sell their house and land, like I don't know what kind of money they're coming up with.
Right.
You know, they don't have to buy land to put it on, but they got to buy the thing that they're going to live in. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And if they're buying a camper, then they, I don't know what they have, but they need something to move it with.
Well, or we could just have it delivered.
You can, but, because that's what my parents did.
But my parents aren't trying to travel with it.
No, but.
Eventually we will. My brother's got a big truck. I think he could pull something, but,
Living in like Florida, though, like hurricane season or something like that, because then they were talking about having it down there. I'm like, it's like, oh, we'd get somebody to. It's like, yeah, you and 9 million other fucking people.
Yeah.
So, like, when is this person going to be able to come and actually move your trailer?
Yeah.
But.
So, I guess I have a question. What do you think is something that, like, most people have that really is just, like, unnecessary?
Oh, that's a hard one because
Yeah.
there's probably about 1,000 things.
I think people buy too much house, personally. I think people buy
I've never had
houses.
that problem. So.
Well, yeah, either have I. I'm saying other people. Like,
well, yeah, because when you have the space, you fill the space. The more space
and then you buy
have,
more
the more
shit.
stuff you
Yeah.
have.
Ugh.
You've got to furnish every room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, no, I get that. Totally.
I've got, I think I've got the perfect amount of space, but some of the space there's some closets I need to go through and get rid of some things, but yeah.
We were talking about clothes earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I do hold on to some clothes, like my flannel shirts.
Yeah, but flannels are great.
Yeah, I know, but like the whole like elbow is ripped out, so it's ripped from like here to here. Actually, I took one of my flannels. Like,
did you cut the sleeves off?
I cut the sleeves off. Kyle thought I was nuts. I'm like, cool summer night. I don't,
now you just need some jean shorts and some cowboy boots.
Exactly, straw hat.
That's funny.
Hey,
I love a good flannel though.
It. Oh, I do too. I love flannel shirts.
Yeah, but if they're starting to rip, I mean, come on.
They're just getting broken.
Just trash it.
Just getting broken. Really easy if you got an itch on your elbow because you just go like that and
because it's already open for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's about it. That's That's just my flannels. I'm having a hard time letting go of my flannels.
Go of those flannels.
And you can hardly ever wear them here. Like today, maybe.
Yeah. You still have to have layers. Layers are always good.
Right, and that's what's great about flannel.
Yeah.
You can have a t-shirt and a flannel, and if it gets colder, you put a jacket on. But if you start getting warm, you still have a flannel on.
Yeah, unless the sleeves are cut off.
Well, then you put a sweatshirt
I'm
underneath
literally picturing like a wife beater and some frayed shoulder sleeve flannel and some jean shorts and some cowboy boots. I don't know why I'm thinking that. There's a guy that Caleb listens to on some podcast, and like that's the type of shit that he wears. It's funny.
I haven't worn jean shorts since I was in like high school.
Right. Yeah. The short shorts were coming back for a minute. It's weird. Like the basketball shorts.
Not me.
Yeah. Like the 80s. What?
Tube socks up to your knees.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing.
Everything comes back around.
It does. So that's why everybody thinks they got to save everything.
Right.
Just get new shit.
Yeah. I don't think I have any tube socks left from the 80s.
No. I don't even know. It'd be very hard to find them, but I know they sell them. Probably at
If they're coming back,
JCPenney's.
they're going to be all over the place. They're going to be everywhere.
Yeah. With the matching colors. The two stripes at the top.
Right. See,
Yeah.
I used to mismatch them.
Oh, of course you did.
That way, if I got a hole in one, I could just throw it away.
Yeah, and it wouldn't matter.
Just throw another one on. Yeah.
Okay. What you got?
Talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Hoarders.
Hoarders. Ugh, that's a whole nother level. Like I could
But
consider.
it's almost a condition for most people.
Right.
Something tragic happened, and because
They
I
just
used to watch
gave
that
up.
show Hoarders, because it was like
I
was
couldn't
just
always watch it. It would make me sick.
yeah. Sometimes it's like how could somebody live like this?
That's what I think of a hoarder. I think of a gross kitchen that is unable to be used because there's
It's
just
full of dirty dishes
and roaches and
mice and
saved
rats
food,
and
ooey gooey stuff in the freezer. Like I cannot
yeah.
watch
Well,
that.
some of them are that way.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think of a hoarder. Like, I guess I could kind of say my dad is a hoarder, but it's not like dirty. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Well,
like gross.
I don't think that's really a hoard. But I feel like like I said, I had that whole thing of cables. I was hoarding these cables.
Yeah.
It's like, well, just let them go. Just
Yeah.
get rid of them. Go through them. And I think I was going through it, and they were so knotted.
Is pointless.
Like
yeah,
it was like a 10-pound thing of, and I just went, fuck this.
Yeah.
And it went in the garbage. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even give a shit.
That's what you're
cables
supposed to
are in
do.
there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend 14 hours untangling this shit to throw it away.
So unnecessary. Yeah.
But I like I have certain obsessions like notebooks and like
Oh man,
office
you
type
would have been
supplies.
so mad at me and my
Well,
mom.
no, not so much pens. I mean, I did like
No, there were some notebooks. She's saving all the paper, the computer paper, and like the envelopes and like the the decorative computer paper.
yeah.
Packages and packages.
Well, I've
of
gotten
those.
rid of so much of that stuff. But I do like if I'm like at an office store type place or something like that, I'll go back and like look, like if they got any cool journals or notebooks,
Yeah, we threw away some notebooks. I feel like they were like partially used, but there's a lot of good paper in there. But you know what? You don't need it.
Yeah. Well, you need a notebook.
I don't.
You do need a notebook.
No, I don't. What do I need a notebook
For
for?
the podcast.
You gave me that little pink thing, and then also I've got tons of pads.
I know,
at
but
home.
that's a ThinkPad. That's just for you to jot ideas down.
Well, that's what my notepads are for.
Your light went out. I thought it was dark.
Oh,
Did I not turn it on?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Has it not been on the whole time? That might be better for me though. I might like the way I look more.
You should fire the fucking producer of this show.
It's not my job to do that.
I don't know how I didn't turn that one on. It must have went out while we were outside because I didn't turn them off, did I?
I don't know if it was ever on.
It was on earlier.
It was?
It was.
Okay.
I feel like I should turn this
But
one
why
off
did-
now, so like I'm in the dark.
Well, why did you turn it off in the first place?
I turn them off like usually when we
we-
take a break because
Okay.
the where they plug in, they get a little warm.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured I'd just give them a little breather.
So they don't catch on fire.
Anyways, it was dark. It was
Was
dark
it?
as fuck.
Well, now we can see if I like it on or not.
But you had the light behind you, so.
Okay.
But where were we? We were
Oh,
talking about
good.
hoarders.
Yeah.
Well,
Hoarders.
my obsession with office supplies and your need for a notebook.
I'm now wondering like how similar you and my father are, because notebooks, paper, pens, all of the above.
I've downsized most of my pens.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Does It Suck pen.
Oh, that's cool.
I have 2 space pens.
Space pens.
Yep,
I don't know what that is.
I'll show you.
Okay.
And then I have a pen that I got for Christmas several years ago.
So they're
nice
eventually
writing pen.
going to run out.
But they're refillable.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then.
Yeah, I've had the one space pen I've had for probably over 10 years.
Must be a nice pen.
Very nice pen.
Okay.
Writes underwater. It does. It's a space pen.
What?
It's a space pen.
Why would you need to write underwater?
Who knows what's going to happen in space?
Oh my god.
Writes upside down. Because in space, you don't know what.
Well,
Which
I'm glad
one
you
you
only
are.
have 4 pins. That's good.
Well, I have more than 4, but I'm most recent thing I'm looking into is these everlasting pencils. I'm really curious about these.
Who writes with a pencil anymore? Except
Well,
kids in school. I don't. Do you write with a pencil ever?
every once in a while, I have like a mechanical pencil.
Okay.
Like if I feel like I need.
Caleb used to like those. He really liked the mechanical
Yeah,
pencils.
I have a couple
The
of those.
nice ones.
I mean, this isn't like an expensive one.
But what are you writing in pencil?
Whatever I want.
But never.
No, I
What
can't
about the
remember.
erasable pens? You remember when
Oh,
those
I
were
hated
big?
those. I
Did
hated
you?
them. Yes, I hated them.
Because you could still see the writing because there was an indentation. So it's kind of like
Right, exactly.
weird to write over
exactly,
top
and they
of
were,
that.
and they just didn't write real smooth. But I'm not big on the gel pens either.
You don't.
I like a ballpoint pen.
Okay. I do. I like the Bic gel ones.
But I would go through phases when I was like working in an office and stuff. I'd like, try a gel pen. I'm like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah.
And then like maybe I'd smudge it because it wasn't dry, and then like I ruined everything I wrote, and I was like, fuck these gel pens.
I think I got a really nice gel or not gel ballpoint pen for my job one time. I wonder what happened to it. It was real heavy. It was like real like felt like it was real fancy.
Yeah,
I don't know where that thing is. I don't know what happened
I'm
to
a pen guy. There's some cool pens out there too, but they're expensive. Boy, you can
I'm
spend
telling
you
you.
can spend some coin on pencils.
We probably we
pens.
could have filled a whole trash bag, big black trash bag with pens and markers and
But see, that doesn't like I'm not going. Oh God, you should have just threw some in a bag and brought them here. Like I don't give a shit.
right. But if you had been there at the moment,
No, because
You
see, I've
wouldn't-
already been through it. Because I got rid of
excuse me.
I got rid of so many of mine, my old
Mhm.
pens. I had these little mini pens that you could stick in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
They were ballpoint, but you twist.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried them; they were dry,
Sorry.
and I said, yeah,
Toss them.
time to go.
Yeah.
They were cool. They looked like marble, like they were made out of marble.
Pretty.
Remember the old were they Bic pens? Just the clear pen
Oh yeah.
with the
Different-
cap.
Different colors.
Yeah, but they had the cap with the little
Mhm.
pen, the pocket thing. But they had a hole in the top
For what?
in case
I
you
don't-
choked on it,
Really?
so you could still breathe if it was caught in your throat. That hole would allow you to breathe through it.
That is not real.
It is. It's
That's
100.
not
it's,
why.
It's 100% real.
I don't remember the hole in the top.
There was a hole in the top, and I always wondered why.
Safety for kids.
In case they
Yeah.
if they were chewing on it. Well, even people used to chew on them all the time.
True.
And for some reason, if you sucked it down your throat, like it had the hole, so you could still breathe through it until
Barely.
Yeah, but at least you could breathe a little bit
Yeah. That's
until
funny.
somebody could get down there with some needle nose and yank it out.
God.
I'm getting goofy now.
I don't understand people that hoard like food because it's gonna go bad, right? I mean, why are you hanging on to it? That might be like when you're getting into like some mental stuff. If you're hanging on to bad food.
Well, yeah, if
what?
it's bad.
Well, I mean, canned food from like 10 years ago. I mean, I've seen that on shows where people are just hanging on to like canned food, for one, is not good for you anyways.
Right, but
'Cause
that's
the
the only thing we
aluminum.
could eat after the flood. It's the only thing that
Well,
survived. We're just out
Aluminum is
walking
not
around
good for us.
picking up cans off the ground.
Yeah.
Labels were all gone. You didn't know what the fuck was in the can. Didn't know if it was ravioli or beans or
Right. Cream corn.
cream corn. Ugh. Cream corn.
Yeah.
What is the point of cream corn?
I don't know. Some people like the texture. Some people don't. I don't.
I don't.
No.
That's why I'm not really into like fancy restaurants and stuff. Because they puree all the shit. It's like, you know what? I'll chew my beans. I don't need you to fucking blend it up for me and put it like a pterodactyl shit on my plate. And I'm supposed to eat it. What is it? Peas, carrots.
I like fancy restaurants. I mean, not that I go all the time, but I would enjoy going to, I like trying new things.
I don't mind trying new things, but
There was one place that me and my mom and my sister went, and this is totally off subject, but they kind of deep fried their greens. So when they came out, they were like crispy, but they were seasoned and tasted good.
that sounds good.
Yeah, it was good.
Does sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Deep fried greens.
Mm-hmm. But there's no like, they didn't batter them or
Right,
anything.
right.
It was
They just deep fried them. Yeah. I mean, anything deep fried is going to be good.
Yeah.
Not good for you,
No.
but good. Feel like we've extinguished our why people, because I don't know why people have so much. Like, I'm telling you why I have an office supply fetish.
Yeah.
Like, but I've curbed a lot of this. Like, I used to have boxes of, and there would just be paper clips and thumbtacks, and my mom was part of that problem though, because she'd get me stuff at Christmas, like, so I'd have Post-its and, you know.
She knew you liked that stuff, so she'd buy it for you.
Right, exactly. I mean, she was being nice to me by buying things that she knew that I liked, but then I would have so much of it, and then I'm like, these are, like, I have, I'll show you that after too.
Well, that's like Caleb. I know he likes Marvel. If I see something Marvel and I know he doesn't have it, I'm buying it for him.
Right.
I mean, and his whole room is full with Marvel stuff and collectibles and
when he gets older, he's going to have a barn.
yeah,
And it's just going to be full of Marvel stuff.
Well, and then Cameron, he liked The Walking Dead, so he
Right.
has all these collectibles and comic books and stuff, and they're down in my basement. And he was thinking about going to sell them, but then he was like, "Caleb, you can just have them." So Caleb is kind of excited about going through that stuff, but he hasn't yet. But yeah, collectibles. I think that's a big part in people having too much shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm actually considering getting rid of the drums.
Are
Like,
you?
I've really been on the fence about it. Like the last, I don't play them anymore
Yeah.
as much as I want to. I'm getting fucking old. Like, shit hurts. Like, and you know, maybe it'd be good for me, but they're taking up so much space.
Yeah,
and,
you'd
and,
have more space.
And
You'd make a little money because you would not give those away. You would sell those.
well, yeah,
You'd have to sell it.
that's where I
Yeah.
have the issue with it, because I know that I'm not going to get what I know that they're worth.
Yeah, but you're worth, like, you're thinking it's more personal.
No, market value.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Symbols are fucking outrageously expensive.
Right. But selling them secondhand, you're never going to get what somebody's going to buy them for.
But
new.
some of these are vintage. That Z Ride over there with the Mega Bell on it, you can't even buy that fucking symbol anymore.
I mean,
That's a collector's. That's how old I am.
so why? I mean, do you think you'll ever play them again?
I will.
Okay, well then why get rid of them?
I'm
if
not.
they you're just talking shit.
I just want more room down here.
Well, listen, some of the things that I thought were worth money and I've been trying to get rid of are not getting sold. So it's kind of like it's just sitting in my house. So now I'm to the point like nobody even wants this. I wanted it when I was
Right.
younger and I loved it. But, what do I do?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't want to donate them because I know they are worth some money, but nobody wants them.
That's really the biggest stuff I have is like all the Bronco stuff I have, my drums, and then
All your pens and paper.
no, I don't have
No,
that
I'm
many.
joking.
All my tablet or all my pads are on that one little bookshelf over there,
That's pretty small.
except for the one the ammo can over there that's full of little ones like I gave you and Dan Lee.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's just full of like
I mean, we
little.
all do our best, I think.
Just stuff. It's just stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't have a problem getting rid of. But like the little like I have all these pieces and parts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I use them.
Yeah.
You know, periodically.
You're not overcrowded with stuff.
No, well,
we don't know about the garage over there. So.
there's not. Well, there's stuff over there, but a lot of it's Kyle's books and stuff from college and stuff. And that's that's where she's trying to like. She's already started getting rid of some of her old like notebooks and stuff from college, and I know it's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get rid of them if you don't want to get rid of them.
I mean,
I'd rather buy another fucking bookshelf and put them on a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Like just to, because we can't afford a real bookshelf, so I'll just go buy one at Walmart. Another one at Walmart.
Yeah. They work.
Hey,
they work.
They do. They do.
Amazon has some good ones too.
I haven't looked at bookshelves on Amazon.
Oh, I bought Caleb's whole bedroom suit. Amazon.
I didn't. You can pretty much get anything there.
Yeah. He needs another dresser.
And that's part of our fucking people have too much shit. Not only can you get it, you can get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Delivered to your
access.
fucking door.
That's very true. Easy access to anything and everything.
Like the everlasting pencils.
Yep.
It's $10 for like a 6-pack.
Yeah. I don't think you need pencils though.
Who knows? I might really enjoy them.
Are you going to sketch with them?
No.
If you were an artist.
Then I only have to take notes once, because then I can erase when I fuck up. When it's in ink.
But you're the only one looking at your notes.
I'm probably one of the only people alive that has whiteout. See the whiteout over on my desk?
No, I still have whiteout. I don't use it very much. Actually, we have the little tape things.
Yeah, I've had those. They
suck.
For certain applications, it works good.
Yeah.
But that
They
shit's
get tangled.
like at Walmart. That shit's like 97 cents for a
Yeah.
little bottle of whiteout, and I'm like, yeah, that's much cheaper
I
than.
used to use it a whole lot when I was in school.
I only use it when I'm taking notes for the podcast.
And you're the only one reading the notes.
I know, but I can go back and look at the notes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like my memoirs. When I pass on,
Okay.
somebody might find these and like going through an old barn or something and go, what the fuck is this? Episode 1 through 100.
What's a podcast?
Yeah. Whatever is going on then.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that long from now.
Well,
We're not talking.
They might go to the moon and, somebody might find them there. They'd be like, what is this odd thing that they used to do?
Yeah. Speaking of time capsules,
Yes.
like, did you ever do a time capsule? Like when you were in school?
I think I did at school.
And like, I wonder if they ever went and dug it up because I wasn't there when they did.
Right.
And what the fuck did I put in there?
I feel like there was something I did where we did dig up something that past people buried, but I can't remember. Maybe it was just a show I was watching.
I remember doing it when I was in like junior high.
I remember doing one for sure.
But I don't ever remember digging one up.
I feel like we did, and I could be wrong, but that's kind of a fun thing though. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But you have to do it when you're young.
Yeah.
Younger anyways.
Right.
Pointless for me to do it now.
Well, and if you own some land, like say I did it now, and my family owns my land 100 years from now, that would be cool.
Somebody's gonna I'm gonna plant some potatoes over here. What the hell was that?
It's
a fucking time capsule
with a bong in it.
With a coffee cup mug bong.
Some rolling papers.
Some pens.
Some Newports.
Yeah.
Cigarettes. They were banned 50 years ago.
Well, we're getting close to that.
I know.
I thought the menthols were banned already.
No, my ex tried to tell me that. It's not true.
I know they were talking about it.
I know. They talk a lot of shit.
They'll ban, cigarettes are bad for you. And I know they are. I get it. Speaking of which, I'm quitting.
Are you?
Yep.
When?
Next week.
Next week?
Yep.
You got a date?
I'm not buying any more cigarettes. They're too fucking expensive.
They are.
and they're bad for me. I get that, but
Yeah.
that's a given.
It's
But-
more about the money.
No, they've gone up. Like the last 2 times I bought them, they've gone up like $7 or $8. Like they went up $2 or $3, then they went up like $5
Oh, wow.
in the last 2. And I was like, I'm done.
I haven't even
For a
noticed.
carton. For a carton.
Okay, I don't buy that. I buy the pack. The most I'll buy is 2 at a time,
no.
but they last me a long time.
I do everything 100%. If I'm going to smoke, I'm going to fucking smoke.
If I'm going in, I'm going in.
But yeah, no, Kyle and I are both going to quit. And she doesn't smoke.
Not cigarettes that much.
She smokes half of what I smoke,
Yeah.
cigarette-wise.
I really don't really smoke unless I'm drinking, but I mean, recently that's been every day. So
Well, if you're going to go all in, go all in, right?
terrible.
But no, we're trying to figure out, like, she might do the patch.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's had to do that when she's been in the hospital.
I
They've
know it
given her the
worked for my
patch.
ex. The patches worked for my ex.
I don't think I'm going to do the patch. I think I need a function, so it's got to be the gum or the lozenges
Well,
or something.
he's doing the vape thing now.
I need to carry like something with me. Like, oh God, I need a.
I think the gum might be better for you then.
Yeah,
'Cause
except
it's-
every time I read about it, it's like, what a pain in the ass. You're supposed to like chew it for a second, then stick it in your, cheek and gum. You're not supposed to, like, they always show people just chewing it.
So you're supposed
Like
to
regular
use it
gum.
like huff or what?
Yeah, you're supposed to
snuff
chew
or
it for a little
something?
bit, and then like tuck it in, like snuff,
tobacco. Yeah,
and then chew it for a little bit longer, and then yeah.
there's too many rules.
But the patch can give you like nightmares and weird dreams and
I mean,
shit like that. And I don't sleep well. That's the last
I
thing
already
need.
don't sleep well.
Well, exactly, and I don't need to have like night
Vivid
terrors
dreams,
or whatever,
yeah.
because that'll force me to start smoking again. So, but yes,
Well, more power to you.
New Year's resolution, not this past year, but the year before, was quit smoking.
Oh,
Took me a year and a half, but
yeah.
I'm headed that way. So next week when I'm going to be like,
And then I'm gonna feel bad for going outside to smoke. It's gonna be tough for you.
well, it's what are you going to do? Can't
It's
expect
part of the struggle.
Right, it's part of the struggle.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it.
But it won't bother me because it won't be like, can I bum a smoke?
Yeah, because you don't like
I
Newports.
well, I mean, when I first started smoking, I smoked Newports,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really like the menthols that much. So I'll know that I won't get the fix.
Yeah.
I might have a big stogie or something. I do have a pipe, so
Do you?
I might smoke on a pipe.
You're not supposed to inhale those, though, right?
Right, exactly.
It's just I think it is just the action sometimes of it, instead of like. It's like having something to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just so used to.
Yeah,
doing
I'll have to have like mints and
Mhm.
gum, regular gum,
Mm-hmm.
and
If you can do it, then that's great. I mean, I'm not making that choice right now.
I have to because I have to pay for that camera.
Yeah. So once it's paid off, you're gonna be like smoking like a chimney.
No, if I can get through that long,
Yeah.
I quit once years and years ago when I was young and probably would feel much better now had I actually quit. But I started having like major anxiety issues.
Mhm.
And that's the only thing that stopped me from doing it all
Yeah.
these years.
I quit twice when I was pregnant.
But I'm just going to start shooting heroin if that happens. And
If
should
I
be
know
good to
I'm
go.
dying, we've discussed this. If I know I'm dying,
Yeah.
getting all the way fucked
I'm
up.
going on a binge.
Of everything.
But yeah, I started having like major anxiety attacks, and I quit for like 6 months. And finally one night I was like, I went to the store and I bought a pack of smokes and sat in the car and smoked a cigarette, and I didn't have an anxiety attack after that. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I'm just going to fucking keep smoking.
It is a calming method thing, or just a thing that takes you away from like a certain moment that could be stressful.
But I've never tried to quit using like a
Products.
nicotine aid,
Gotcha.
so
Yeah.
hopefully,
Well, first time for everything.
Yeah. I'm just gonna buy like a fake cigarette. Not a vape. Just
Yeah.
a fake cigarette. Just
Oh, like the magic store where they have
whatever.
those fake
Well,
cigarettes
just
that actually they put out smoke, but you can't inhale them.
something to, you know.
We used to buy those at Carowinds, and we thought we were cool walking around with the fake cigarette.
Yeah.
We went all the way off
We
subject.
did go all the way off, so I guess maybe we'll call this one an episode.
Sounds good to me.
Everybody wish me good luck on my
Yes.
smoking cessation experiment, I guess. We'll call it an experiment. And I don't know. I kind of want to like have one pack left that I can throw in the freezer. Just so in 10 years I can go, fuck, it's been 10 years since I smoked these fucking
Well,
things.
that's just going to be too tempting to have one in the freezer.
Or like I can do what I've done before, like, oh, I'm quitting tomorrow and it's 11:30 and I got 8 cigarettes left.
That's a little much.
Well, I can't throw them away. They're too goddamn expensive.
Gonna hot box them.
Throw the last 3 on eBay.
Yeah. God. Oh, Lord.
All right, folks.
All right.
Thanks for listening. I am the kid.
I'm Marnie.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.